Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode. This one's going to be a bit different because I have some very special news. One of my good friends has decided to pitch in and send me a special gift. So we're going to be doing a little bit of an unboxing video. There's not really much of a box, but this could be fun. So to preface this, I just want to say that this will be my second copy of a specific movie, mostly because the first one that I got, I also kind of don't want to open because it's a little rare. I managed to track down the DVD copy of Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation, unopened still, the original DVD run from 2003. So part of me doesn't want to open this because I know this is worth a lot, or even more so in a few years. So I kind of don't want to open that. It's also streaming on HBO Max, not sponsored. I mean, if they want to, I won't say no. But for the most part, I probably will not be opening this, especially since my good friend has sent me a. We'll just see. All right, so first, I want to just make a little bit of a disclaimer. I'm a big fan of this movie. I just want to go ahead and say that. I love this movie, but not because it's good. I mean, I said in my ranking of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies that I love this movie because it's one of those that's so bad it's good. It's bizarre. It's a complete misfire, and it in this series, which already has a lot of sequels that don't work, this is the one that doesn't work the most. So it's just kind of this anomaly. It's a question of who thought this was a good idea? And I am here to say nobody. Nobody thought this was actually going to be like a great idea. So when we get down to it, we have this movie that doesn't make a lick of sense and also has some really stellar casting with Matthew McConaughey and Renee Zellweger. I don't know what was going on there. Got those two to be a part of this, but here we are with probably the most insane performance Matthew McConaughey has ever given, and the most I don't want to say disinteresting from Renee Zellweger, but it's kind of obvious that she hadn't done much. Regardless, I gotta appreciate this movie for all the bizarreness that it goes through. It's just fully weird through and through. I mean, hell, let's just look at the cover again. Like, come on, man. Like, does this not scream camp? This is camp incarnate. This is such a great movie, and I am so happy to be an owner of the Shout Factory Collector's Edition of Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation, also known as by its original title in the director's cut included in this Blu-ray. Again, not sponsored. If you want to, my DMs are open. They named this is one of my favorite tropes with like 70s and 80s horror franchises when they have bizarre names. I'm going to say bizarre for a lot of this video because that's what this movie is, and it's what a majority of these movies that have this name are. I love it whenever a horror franchise, like a really well-known one, has a title like The Return of, because it's just, who are you? Like, we all know Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but having a movie like The Return of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, like, come on. That's just ridiculous. In the best way, of course. I love that. It's camp. It is camp. It's great. I love it. I fully support it. We need more movies that do that. The only other one that comes to mind immediately, again, we need more of this. The The only one that comes to mind immediately is Sleepaway Camp, the official fourth movie in that franchise. I have all four of them somewhere. I don't remember where exactly. I'll have to find them, but I have them, which maybe would be fun to do a check out my collection video at some point if I can ever get a good camera, because I don't want to film on my phone, but I'm stalling. All right, so once again, we have our Leatherface of this movie, which, again, complete misfire. Leatherface is the least intimidating in this movie. I would say everybody is not intimidating in this movie for any reason. Like, it's like this movie was a self-parody. Like, it was a movie that tried to have this really weird and unique story, but it kind of knew that it wasn't going to get anywhere with its story because it was just very outlandish and made no sense. So they just went full in on the stupidity of it all. So we have this movie that really doesn't need to exist, shouldn't exist. And as a result, it's just kind of funny. Like, it has the audacity to exist. And honestly, I gotta give it props for that too. Like, come on. If you've seen this movie, you know how absolutely bizarre and bonkers it is. And there are just a lot of people that have not witnessed it. Like, the movie sums itself up in the last bit where we have this one character saying, all of this was an abomination. It's like, yes. Yes, it was. All right. So, right off the bat, the good news, the great news, is that in transit, the disc did not get knocked out. That is always my biggest fear, is that somewhere along the way, the disc will get knocked out and get scratched up. It did not happen here. Hallelujah. So inside is just the cover art again. But as per usual with Shout Factory releases, it also has a reversible. I will also have to do like a tour of my Shout Factory releases. So the reverse is the other Leatherface poster that was released for this movie, which that's not the actor. That is not the person that plays Leatherface in this movie by any means of the imagination. So we have this not Leatherface being the sexy looking Leatherface, and again, just not in this movie. So through and through, like, the marketing for this movie was not really there. I don't know what they were thinking with it. It's just my beloved little misfire. And I will die 1,000 deaths before anyone tries to convince me that this is not a fun movie. Like, I think this is a good movie in all the wrong ways. So to compare the two, because this comes with the director's cut of The Return of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which it opens with that as the title, which I think is pretty cool. The director's cut is sitting at 94 minutes, while the theatrical cut, which is only, well, this comes with the theatrical cut as well, but this is only the theatrical cut. Theatrical cut is 87 minutes, so that adds an additional 7 minutes back to the movie. Will that make a difference? I don't know. Probably not, because the acting in general is just not good in this movie. But I'm pretty sure it will add at least something fun. More Matthew McConaughey in this movie is always welcome. I am a big fan of Vilmer, just because... Have you seen that one scene? The one where he jumps down onto the car roof? I will literally link it down in the description so you can see this video. It is hilarious. Please watch this movie if you can. I strongly recommend it as like a movie to get the friends together and pop it in or turn on HBO Max. Again, where it's streaming, not sponsored. Please pay me. Um, it's just a good time. Drink, talk, laugh, be merry. Like, I'm pretty sure nobody will miss any of this dialogue in this movie. It's award-winning stuff. If there's like any two scenes that I say you need to pay attention to just because of it's so funny, is when we have Jenny in the trunk, and I don't even remember her name. God, that's just how awesome this movie is. Uh, One of the other kids is like crawling in the middle of the road, and like the real estate woman runs up to her. Like, those are the two scenes you need to pay attention to. Those are hilarious. They're my favorite from the scene. I can see them perfectly still, and it's been about a week since I watched this movie. It's just, I could talk more about this movie, but we're already like 11 minutes deep, and I feel like for just an unboxing video of a singular Blu-ray, that's a bit much. I'm glad that you're actually still here, maybe, because I enjoy just ranting and talking and going on and on about movies in general, especially horror. I love horror movies with all my heart, in case you couldn't tell from what I have talked about and reviewed so far. So that's going to be it for this video, but I'm going to give a brief update. I'm working on the review for The Cursed, which I saw on Sunday, and I'm Monday, actually, and I'm hoping to get that out on Monday, so that'll be a week, and then maybe reviews for the other movies that I saw. And then I will also be doing a video for the books that I read in February, but that is going to be a lot shorter of a video than the books that I read in January, and I'll discuss why when I get to that video. Anyways, thanks for stopping in. I hope you come back to see some more. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you in the next one. Bye.